let's talk about this day. It's 25th May 2023. But 10 years ago on this day, Bayern Munich played against Dortmund in the final of the Champions League in Wembley. Now that day was so special for me. I just want to analyze it and just want to describe it, how did I felt, what did I experience that day. That day was unforgettable to me. It's such a memorable day. I'm never gonna forget that day. 25th May 2013. I became a Bayern Munich fan 1 year ago on 25th April 2012 on my 10th birthday. That's another story. But the season when Bayern Munich played 2012 to 2013 was the best season, was the best team, and that was my very first season following football and following my favorite football club. As a very strict diehard Bayern Munich fan, I strongly followed every game, watched every game, didn't miss a single second of any match. I was so desperate to watch Bayern Munich matches. So I was so in love. I was so terribly in love with this team. And I just couldn't wait. Like whenever it was Saturday, I was so excited because Bayern Munich was going to play a Bundesliga match, and then we would literally destroy Mainz 4-0 or Schalke. And then in Champions League nights, I used to get nervous against Arsenal, I remember, but we beat them at their home, against Juventus, against Barcelona. However, my team reached the final against Dortmund, another German club. Now let's talk about this specific day, that specific day. I was, as I said, huge Bayern Munich fan. We went to, me and my dad, we both we supported Bayern Munich each game, every game of the Champions League. We watched every game of the Champions League, and we both supported Bayern Munich. And we both, I remember, we were about to go to one of our relatives' home to watch the game there. Me and my dad. Before that, I remember me and Usman, we were at his home and we were playing PlayStation. I was playing with Bayern Munich. I think I even scored a goal with Ribery. And then obviously my dad came. My dad said, "Let's go and watch the game, uh, the final." I was excited. It was my first time watching Bayern Munich playing the Champions League final, and a very first season. It was such a crazy, like the first season I supported Bayern Munich. It won everything, like everything. Um, and we went there. Most of my relatives there, my fifth cousins, they all supported Dortmund because it was underdog, and Bayern Munich, they didn't like it because we loved Bayern Munich, me and my dad, and some other relatives, they also loved Bayern Munich. So the game started. The first chance, Blaszczykowski, I can't pronounce his name, this number 16 player of Dortmund, he had a chance, he had a shot, but it wasn't very dangerous. And I remember Lewandowski had a long shot and Neuer had to save it. And then that player again, Blaszczykowski, he had an amazing opportunity to score. He shot, but Neuer just saved our ass. That was so close to score. And then I just realized like Dortmund is so dominant. Dortmund is so aggressive. Dortmund is just like they want to score so badly, like in the first 15 minutes. And then I think Marco Reus had a counter-attacking chance. He shot with left foot. Neuer had to save it again. And then corner for Dortmund. And I was so scared. I really got scared. And everyone was shouting for Dortmund there, except me and my dad and some two other persons. I really got scared. Bayern Munich was doing nothing, literally. We were just like holding the position, or just holding the score, 0-0. I was so scared. I was so nervous. My heart was beating so fast. I was so scared because Dortmund was literally until 25th minute. 25th minute of the game, Dortmund was absolutely like so critical. The Dortmund was so, how do I say, so dominant and so um, how do I say, they were just aggressive, they were just too better. They were just like, the pressure was too much, but I was very scared. And then I looked at my dad, I remember. I looked at my dad's face and he saw me looking at him and he just smiled. I didn't smile because I was scared. And then But he was calm. He calm. He was calm. He was very calm. I wasn't calm at all. I was so nervous. I was panicking. And then we had our first chance. Mandzukic, he hit the crossbar with his head, and then the game was on. Bayern Munich, basically that was the change game. And then Robin had a chance, a very good chance, another great chance, even easier. He missed. He missed that chance. And then I think Martinez had a headshot as well. Then Lewandowski had a 1v1 chance against Neuer. When he had that chance, I literally thought that's a goal. Now that's it. It's 1-0 for Dortmund. And it was so blitz schnell. It was like blitz quick. And then Neuer saved that. He saved our ass again. Like, thanks Neuer for saving that night for me. And then I think Robin had another chance he missed. I remember people were saying Robin closes his eyes before he takes a shot. Anyway, second half started. Bayern was dominant. Bayern just like that was the Bayern games. Like the first half, the first 25 minutes of the game, Dortmund had to score. If they had scored, the game would have been very difficult for Bayern. It was difficult though, but if they had a chance to win the game, they should have scored in 25 minutes, and they did try their best. They tried so hard. They were so dominant. They were so aggressive. They were just so good, but they were unlucky as well in some moments. Like Neuer, that's the save from Neuer, from the shot of Blachowski at his second shot, and oh my God, 16th minute I think. Mandzukic scored a goal. Robin passed to Ribery. Ribery passed to Robin through three players, and then Robin passed to Mandzukic, and Mandzukic scored. At that time, I didn't particularly like him, Mandzukic, but boy, now I love him. He was such an underrated player. He was much better than Mario Gomez. I was a fan of Mario Gomez always, but right now I just understand him. He was such a great and important player at that time for Bayern Munich. And then obviously for the second half when it happened, let me also say this: we went home. We went to watch the rest of the game at home. We left at home, and thank God, because I was again confident, because now we went on. Only my cousin Osman was there, but he was just neutral. But I think no, he did support the Dortmund, but it was okay. It was my cousin. When I arrived home, I wore the Ribery shirt that I had. I had a black kit of Bayern Munich with Ribery's number, Ribery's name written on it. It was very big for me. It was so big for me. It was like for adults, and I was just 11 years old. But I loved it just because of the logo of Bayern Munich, and it was black. I wore that shirt. I remember when Mandzukic scored it. I went to the hall, and then I was jogging in the hall, and I was jumping. I was just like a happy, excited baby. And then obviously the penalty, the ref said penalty for Dortmund. Osman was happy. And Gundogan scored the goal. And then Bayern had so many chances, like Muller, Sobocic saving the ball just over the line, and Robin couldn't reach that. And then Alaba's shot was so powerful that also got saved. And then Schweinsteiger had a chance. He could have scored a goal with his right left. He just chose to shot it with his left foot. It was still a great shot, but that got saved as well. And then in the 89th minute, second last minute of the game, Boateng, long pass to Ribery, back heel pass to Robin. Robin just went through two players and then scored with his left foot. And that was it. Bayern won the final. I was so happy that day. I'm never gonna forget that final of Bayern Munich winning the Champions League, the fifth Champions League, was it's so much more valuable than the sixth one, like 2-3 years ago when we won it in Lisbon. The London, the Wembley Champions League final for me, it's just so special and so memorable for me. I felt so happy. I thought maybe I will never see these clips again when Bayern Munich was lifting the trophy. So I told my dad, "Can you give me your Nokia phone, 2005 Nokia phone?" I just recorded that. It's very silly of me. Um, it's just, man, unforgettable. It's like 10 years ago. That was literally 10 years ago. I wouldn't say time flies, but it just feels unreal. It just feels, man, yeah, I do feel like it's been a long time. It's not like it was. I don't feel like really it's yesterday. I just remember pretty much everything because it was such a memorable day. It's not like I remember everything because I feel like yesterday and time flies. Time is so quick. No, I don't. I think time is slow and quick sometimes. But I just remember it because the experience was just unforgettable. It was such a memorable day. It was just it meant to me so much. If had Bayern Munich lost that game, I would have been so heartbroken at that age. 11 years old. I was 11 years old at that time. Now I am freaking 21. It's just so hard to believe. Like, I'm just looking at myself right now. Like, did I look like this at that time? Obviously not. I've become adult now. Pretty much I speak better English at that time. I couldn't speak English. But I still don't have beards. Okay. Uh, I think I look more beautiful now. That was such a great day of my life. I will never forget that. And the reason why I'm just sharing all this, because I am so scared if I forget those memories because I don't have any picture of that night. I wish I had some pictures of myself while wearing the Bayern Munich jersey of Ribery and while celebrating at home with my dad. It's just unforgettable. It's just crazy. It was such a fun day. It was such an memorable day. I can say this 100 times, but what I experienced at that night was so special. It meant so much to me. It meant the world to me, and I'm never gonna forget that. And that's the reason why I'm talking about this now. So I collect all these memories, and hopefully Bayern Munich will come back. We win Champions League again, and yeah, that was it.